You know, change is a very lonely road. It sucks and it hurts, but it is necessary for your growth. It is extremely necessary for your growth, right? You know, in my life, I've had many things happen to me, many addictions, many sins, many wrongdoings I've done. And I decided to give my life to God because I need to change. And it's lonely. It is lonely, bro. You know, sometimes I speak to people, um, whether it's about God or just about self-improvement, they look at me like I'm crazy. And I wonder if there's something wrong with me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to use what I've learned in my experience to talk about something I'm passionate about. And they look at me like I'm crazy because I don't want to talk about, things that don't really matter. Um, and it's no offense against them. You know, they didn't do nothing to me. But yeah, it hurts, bro. It's like, what am I doing wrong? Why do I feel like I don't got nobody to talk to, except for God sometimes? And then, I do have real friends. I'm not saying that. But the only person that's going to be there truly 100% of the time is yourself and Jesus. You know what I mean? But anyway, what I'm trying to say is when you start to change your life for the better, you will outgrow people. You will outgrow certain people. And I feel like that's what I've done in my life. I've outgrown people and I don't feel a connection with them no more, unfortunately. You know, it sucks to say, but like, it's hard to be around them sometimes because like they're still in their old habits. Excuse me how I say this. They're still doing things that led you to sin and made you feel bad. And when you have to be around them, it's just the energy is off. You know, the energy just gets thrown off. Like that's why I believe your environment and the people that you're around are extremely vital to your self growth and your mental state of mind and everything like that. But once again, it's nothing towards them. I've outgrown people to a certain extent that like I feel like I'm the odd duck out of the group, which isn't always a bad thing. I don't want to be like everyone else, I want to be the best man I can be. I want to be a godly man. I don't want to be what this world standard is. I want to be what God's standard is. Because we should not live for this world. We should live for God. And if you're not religious, live to be the best person you can be. I'm not forcing my religion onto you. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just saying live to be the person that you're proud of, that you are excited to get up and work for every single day. Be the person that provides, that's kind, that helps people up every single day, that need it. Especially when you needed help. Be the person that helps people when they. My video cut off again, but be the person that will help someone even when you feel lost in your life. When you feel like giving up. When you feel like you don't know what the heck you're doing in your life. Be the person that gives guidance, that gives direction to people, because that is what Jesus Christ did. Jesus gives us direction and purpose in our life. That is what he does. Going back to change, right? When you change as a person, as a man, as a woman, whatever it is, you will outgrow things, like I said, but at the same time, it hurts because sometimes those people, they didn't do nothing wrong to you. They didn't do anything wrong to you at all. At all. And that's the worst part. They didn't do nothing wrong to you. It's just that our priorities and our habits just don't match anymore. And I don't want to still be stuck in that same life because I'm a dreamer, bro. When I get my mindset on something, I'm going to do everything I can to get to that. You know, I want to be a content creator. I want to be a godly fitness content creator, helping men, you know, build discipline and faith and wisdom. I get up at the same time every day. I Bible study, I journal, I do all of that. And then I make videos for you guys, bro, because I want this. I want it. I need it. But the old me, man, I would have been sleeping in. I probably would have woke up and watched some porn. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing? That's my old self. That's the old B. This is the new B. And I'm still constantly striving to improve every single day. That would have never been me a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago. You know, I was making content 3 months ago, but my life was a mess. It was a mess. And it still is. But at least I still have Jesus this time, right? Not just this time. He's always been there. I've just found him. I've found him and I've accepted him now. You know what I mean? Like, change is necessary, but it's good. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Change hurts, but it is necessary. Change needs to happen for you to improve. Simple as that. You cannot stay the same person forever. That is when I get very, I'm not going to say upset, but just disappointed when I see people staying the same and not wanting to improve their life, being complacent with where they are. It hurts, man. It hurts because people don't realize their true potential. You know, a song lyric that I love, God gave you a gift that you don't know yet how to use. Each one of us has a gift from God, from Jesus, from the Holy Spirit. It's all living in us. We just got to find it. We just have to find it because God's ways are better than anybody's ways, than the world's ways. That is why every time you've tried to fight pornography or a drug addiction or having sex with a girl having lustful sex, like, that's not, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Every time you've tried to fight it, every time you've used your brain to try to fight it, what's happened? What's happened? You failed, right? You have failed. God gives us thousands of tools in the Bible, in the word of wisdom, to help us combat that and flee. That's why he says to flee from lust. Because the second you step in the ring with lust, it is like stepping in the ring with prime Mike Tyson. You ain't getting out. You ain't getting out. Or like a prime John Jones or something like that. You're not getting out, right? You've already lost the battle, my brother. Every time you take a thought, take it captive. Because I'm not the best with my Bible verses, but I believe in 2 Corinthians 10:5. It says to take your thoughts captive and give them to Christ, right? We have to take every single thought that we have and we have to give it to Christ, right? Every single thought that we have and give it to God, because we cannot fight it alone. We have to rely on God's strength. But here's a good thing. God's strength is already in you, brother. God bless you and thank you for watching this video. Have a great day.